I can't even tell you how excited I am to take this, shall we call it a mop, into a short hairstyle. He said he's been growing it out for 1.5 years. No one knows he's cutting it, and I feel super honored to be giving him this haircut. So my most common question is, where do you even begin? In a case like this where we're doing a super intense style change and it's long to short, I want to get the end haircut in mind. So I know that I'm going to take the end really short with the clippers, and then I'm going to keep the top longer so he can style it. You can see right here, I've just parted this hair out because I want to create that angle. You want to create this angle from the temple down to about mid neck. Put the #1 guard on. I'm going to put my lever down. So it's basically a 1.5. Are you nervous? Mm-hmm. I'm not nervous, but I'm anxious. We're going to take this off.
You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes.
Oh my.
If I keep all of this hair long, it's just going to be in my way when I give him the haircut. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to get rid of most of it before I even start to style. So I'm just going to bring it up and I'm just going to chop and get rid of it.
I don't know, this one guy. It was not Troy.
Okay, before you leave, if you want anything changed, you tell me. So on this side, I'm just going to go in, I'm going to kind of hold that hair out. See how I'm taking my clippers up? And I'm almost going to that line. This is basically just to give like a rough angle of what the haircut's going to look like. And then I'm going to be able to, blend it up. Once I've got the angle set, you can see right here, I've got that diagonal angle set. I've got this diagonal angle set and they match. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start going up by switching out my clipper attachment length and going up and blend. So we already did the 1.5. Now I just clicked the 2 on. I'm going to put that lever up so it's a true 2. And I'm just going to come here and I'm going to slowly blend this up. See, I'm not taking very much hair. We still want to keep enough hair that it's cool to style. So now we're just going to start transitioning this into the top part. So basically, as soon as you can hear that hair being cut, that's when you rock the clippers away from the head. Now I'm going to move my lever up, so I'm now a 2.5, and I'm going to do the same thing. When you cut with scissors, make sure you are getting it really wet. You have a little bit more control with the hair when it is wet. So I'm going to create this middle mohawk section, part about 1 inch down the middle. This section right here is going to set the length for the entire top section. So right here, I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to decide how long I want it and then cut and then match everything to that first cut. So normally I would stop the mohawk section right here at the crown of the head, but since we're doing a Eurohawk, I want to continue this mohawk section all the way down. So I'm going to bring this section 1 inch in the middle of the back, and I'm going to bring that all the way down also. The angle of this Eurohawk is going to be this, rounded, 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 and then straight back, and then I'm going to bring it into his neckline. So this part is going to come down at a short V in the back of his neck. So I'm going to come straight here and then about right there, I'm going to turn that angle in so that hair comes into his neckline. I'm going to cut straight down. So see how I'm matching this cut to that first cut? I'm going to match. See, there's the hair that has been cut and hair that hasn't been cut, and I'm going to match that. So right here is where I'm going to start that angle going towards the neckline. So I'm going to push his head forward. And now I'm going to angle my fingers towards his neckline. So this is where I have cut right there. See that angle change right there? So now essentially what this hair is going to do is he's going to be able to style that and then come into a neckline. So now that the length is set all the way from the mohawk section, now I'm going to take little vertical sections and match all of this hair to this first cut.
Do you want to know what it is?
We've done the top, we've matched all of these little sections to this mohawk section. Now we're just going to continue this all the way down. So here's the mohawk section back here. So I'm going to take sections this way and I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to cut. So now I'm going to go this way. Then you'll see me and I'm going to do angles on the edges. But first we've got to take care of the length before we get the shape. Okay, so now I've created the mohawk section all the way back and then I've taken little sections this way all the way down the head and matched it to the length that I cut at first. Now with the Eurohawk, we are blending it a little bit lower because we want more hair to come down. If this was a basic cut, we would blend it all up right here on the ridge. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take vertical sections and I'm going to angle my fingers. So you can see this top guide. If I angle my fingers out, that's where the top guide is, right there, and that's where the clipper is. So I'm going to angle it about like that all the way down, and I'm going to get rid of still some of this really long hair that's hanging over.
That you are a slave.
Haircut's starting to look so cool. So I've done the mohawk section, I've done the sections back, and now I've done the angles on the edge of the Eurohawk. Now I'm just gonna go back through with my clippers and I'm going to do a 2.5, like how I ended, and now I'm going to come up. Now that I have less hair, now see how I'm just like rocking my clippers? Now I'm going to work on blending this into that angle that I just cut with my scissors. So this is where you really have to be patient and get a perfect blend. And you'll probably have to go through a few times just to make sure there aren't any lines in the haircut. The really cool thing about a Eurohawk is you can decide how short the sides are or how long the sides are. So it's the same steps, whether you want to do like a skin fade or if you want to start with a 3 and go up. So just remember that you can customize any of these haircuts as short as you want to go. Use my clipper and my comb, and I'm going to come right up here and I'm going to blend that all together really well. Remember, you're going to put your comb in and you're going to take it straight up. You're not going to round until you run out of hair. With this Eurohawk, instead of going straight up, now I'm going to go straight out from the head this way. Okay, now I'm just going to keep going back, perfecting this part, perfecting this blend. I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to make sure there aren't any long stragglers that we may have missed.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth?
Then the most important part with this style is to do the unicorn horn angle. So you're going to take little sections and you're going to pull it out as if there was like a unicorn horn. And then you're just going to take this corner off. Styles it, it's going to be messy and funky, and it will still style really well. Okay, the haircut is almost finished. You can see that the blend looks really good, the sides look really good, but I want it to be perfect, and it's really not that hard to get it perfect. With the help of these texturing shears, These texturing shears are so important, which is why I included them in every single box. Right here, I've worked pretty dang hard to blend this, and I think it could be like this much better. And so, you wanna put your comb in right here on this ridge. See where I'm talking about? I just want it a little bit more blended. You're going to take your texturing shears up over your comb, and I'm just going to make a few snips going up, and it's going to take care of any weird parts that aren't blended just perfectly. And I'm going to go all the way down this Eurohawk. Last thing we need to do is the outline. Now, remember when you do the outline, you're going to use all edges of your trimmer. You're going to turn it this way to create a line. You're going to turn it this way to get rid of the hair, and you're going to use each side to do around the ears. So I always like to go right. Are you gonna shave this?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna go right in front of the ear. Go down. Now you're going to turn your trimmer around to do the front of the ear. You can even pull that ear out to create a little bit more space. Then you're going to bend the ear forward and just connect that half circle. Then turn your trimmers forward and then bend the head forward and create that line. With this style, we are going to make a V neckline, which means I'm going to take these edges a little bit closer, and I'm going to bring it down into a part right here in the back. I always like to take my comb and just comb it down to make sure I'm getting the perfect shape. All right, guys, remember how I feel about hair product? Throw a little hair product in this style. Look how much cooler this is going to look in about 20 seconds of styling. It just takes a haircut from good to like that is a cool style. And that's all there is to it. A massive style change does not need to be that overwhelming. Make sure that you're getting the end haircut in your brain before you start. Look how freaking cool that is. They're not even going to recognize it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I liked cutting it. Thank you so much for watching.
It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your